Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we're diving deep into the exciting world of one penny, small in size, but potentially huge in value. You'll want to stick around as we reveal the top 4 most valuable and expensive pennies, based on rare dates, unique mint marks, and high-demand conditions that make these tiny treasures worth big money in the collector's market today. Let's explore the hidden gems that could be sitting in your old coin jar right now. The 1964 Australian one-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II might seem like just another relic from the past, but this coin has a hidden story that could change your financial future overnight. Most people overlook it, thinking it's just pocket change, but coin collectors and investors know better. This seemingly ordinary coin, when found in pristine condition or with certain rare variations, can fetch jaw-dropping prices in the market. If you've got one lying around in an old drawer or a forgotten jar, it's time to take a very close look. You might be sitting on a hidden gold mine without even realizing it. The 1964 one penny was the final year of issue for the beloved Australian penny before the country moved to decimal currency in 1966. This alone makes it special, but there's more. Over 80 million pennies were minted that year, which sounds like a lot, but only a handful have survived in flawless condition or with rare minting errors. These special coins are what collectors are chasing after, and they're willing to pay thousands of dollars to get their hands on one. Not every 1964 penny is valuable, but the rare ones? They're the stuff of legends. What makes the 1964 penny truly fascinating is the rare variations that were accidentally produced during minting. Some coins exhibit what's known as a mule error, a mistake where mismatched dies were used to strike the coin. Imagine having a coin that should have never existed. That's exactly what happened in some rare cases. These mule error coins are extremely scarce and are considered numismatic treasures. A coin with such an error could easily bring in several $1,000s at auction, instantly transforming an everyday coin into an overnight fortune. Another factor that skyrockets the value of the 1964 penny is its condition. Coins graded as uncirculated or mint state by professional grading services are highly desirable. Even without errors, a 1964 penny in brilliant uncirculated condition with a glossy chocolate brown or even red luster can sell for hundreds, even thousands, depending on the buyer's eagerness. Most of the coins that survived were heavily used, worn out, or scratched, which is why a pristine example is so incredibly rare and valuable. Then there's the story of the proof coins. In 1964, a limited number of proof pennies were struck with special dies and polished blanks for collectors and dignitaries. These proof coins were not released into circulation and are far rarer than standard issues. If you ever come across one of these mirror-like beauties with flawless edges and stunning detail, you could be holding a treasure worth thousands of dollars. It's like owning a time capsule, frozen in perfect condition from over half a century ago. And it's not just collectors in Australia who are hunting these coins. The international market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, with collectors from the UK, the US, and across Europe joining the race. Online auctions have witnessed bidding wars over rare 1964 Australian pennies, especially those certified by grading authorities like PCGS or NGC. The global demand has pushed prices to unbelievable levels. A coin you once dismissed as worthless might now be your ticket to luxury. One famous example includes a 1964 penny sold in recent years for over $4,000 due to its flawless condition and rare die characteristics. Imagine the surprise of the original owner who found it in an old family collection. Stories like these are not just clickbait, they're real-life accounts of how forgotten coins turned into life-changing assets. These aren't just coins. They're pieces of history that carry extraordinary financial potential. The obverse of the 1964 penny features the youthful effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, with delicate details that only sharp eyes and well-preserved coins still show. On the reverse side, the bounding kangaroo is an iconic symbol of Australia, instantly recognizable and loved by collectors around the world. When these features are perfectly struck and preserved, the coin becomes a masterpiece of numismatic art, making it even more attractive to high-end buyers. Counterfeits are another sign of the coin's popularity. With such high values involved, some fakes have surfaced over time. That's why authentication and professional grading are crucial. If you believe you have a rare or valuable 1964 penny, don't take it to just any dealer. Get it appraised by a reputable numismatic expert and send it for certification. A small fee for authentication could multiply your return tenfold if the coin is genuine and rare. Collectors are particularly obsessed with finding 1964 pennies with full details, sharp rims, and zero wear. Some even seek out coins with unique toning or original mint red color that has been perfectly preserved. These details matter a lot and can dramatically affect the price. If your coin is sitting in a dry, protected space all these years, you could be among the lucky few whose penny survived time untouched. If you're thinking of selling one, don't rush. Take the time to research recent sales, study collector forums, and maybe even attend a coin show or online auction. Knowledge is power in the world of rare coins. Selling too quickly to the wrong buyer could mean losing out on thousands of dollars. This coin is a piece of Australian heritage, and when sold smartly, it can reward you with a life-changing payout. So, the next time you're sorting through old boxes, cleaning out the attic, or browsing a flea market, keep an eye out for the 1964 Australian one penny. Don't brush it off as a worthless copper disc. It might just be your hidden jackpot. This coin may be small in size, but its value can be enormous. It holds the power to change your fortune overnight, and in the right hands, it could turn into one of the most profitable discoveries of your life. Next up in the world of rare British coins, one name continues to raise eyebrows and spark curiosity: the 1967 Elizabeth II one penny. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary bronze coin you'd easily overlook in your change jar. But hold on, what if I told you this humble penny could be your ticket to instant wealth? Yes, this very coin, with Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and Britannia proudly seated on the reverse, could change your life overnight if you possess the right one. Collectors and investors across the globe are keeping their eyes peeled for specific versions of the 1967 penny that fetch shockingly high prices in today's numismatic market. The year 1967 is particularly significant for UK coinage. Although decimalization was just around the corner, the Royal Mint struck a massive number of these pennies to ensure that the public had enough to use before the transition. Most of them were common, millions in circulation, but that doesn't mean all 1967 pennies are equal. In fact, there are whispers in the coin community of extremely rare varieties, uncirculated editions, and pristine specimens that are so valuable they could be sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These aren't your everyday coins. These are mint-condition beauties that hold secrets within their metal. What sets some 1967 pennies apart from the rest is their impeccable preservation. Most circulated coins have scratches, wear, and tarnish, but a flawless 1967 penny, especially one in proof or uncirculated condition, is a collector's dream. Some of these were never meant for general circulation. They were part of special collector sets or Royal Mint presentation packs. If you're lucky enough to own one that's never been touched by human hands, still glowing with its original luster, you could be sitting on a fortune. Now, let's talk about the proofs. The Royal Mint produced a limited number of 1967 proof pennies for collectors, and these coins were struck with extra care, resulting in sharper details and a beautiful mirror-like finish. These proofs are rare and highly sought after, especially if they're still sealed or housed in their original packaging. A perfect proof coin from 1967 can sell for several $100s depending on its condition, and the demand is only increasing as more collectors enter the market looking for hidden treasures. There are also reports of trial pieces or error coins from 1967 that are incredibly rare. Coins struck off-center, with double dies, or struck on the wrong planchets are anomalies that slip through the minting process, and when discovered, they become instant stars in the collector world. These kinds of minting errors are like winning a small lottery. They transform a basic coin into a priceless collectible. Some known examples have fetched thousands at auction simply due to their rarity and fascinating quirks. Collectors around the world are constantly scouring flea markets, old drawers, and coin shops in search of the elusive, perfect 1967 penny. It's not just about having a coin from that year. It's about finding that one-in-a-million specimen with the right mint characteristics, grade, and shine. Numismatic experts advise checking the sharpness of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, the clarity of the date, and the condition of the rim and fields. If it looks too good to be true, it might just be your golden, or rather, bronze ticket. What makes this coin even more interesting is its sentimental and historical value. 1967 marked the end of an era, just before decimalisation changed the UK currency system forever in 1971. The penny itself, with its iconic seated Britannia design, holds nostalgic value for millions of Britons. It's a piece of heritage, a link to the past, and collectors are willing to pay a premium to preserve that legacy. Emotional attachment can drive prices higher than logic alone ever could. In the current market, top-grade 1967 pennies are commanding serious attention. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS66 or higher can be listed for hundreds. And if you manage to find one that is not only uncirculated but also features an error or comes from a limited proof set, you might be looking at a coin valued well into the thousands. The price of such coins is skyrocketing due to increasing demand, shrinking availability, and the global nature of coin collecting. It's also important to understand that rarity doesn't always mean old. While some people chase coins from the 1800s, savvy collectors know that a modern coin in rare condition can be just as, if not more, valuable. The 1967 penny is a perfect example. Its true value lies not in its age, but in its quality and uniqueness. That's why people are rushing to check their old jars and drawers. That unassuming brown coin could be a hidden gem. The rise of online marketplaces has made it easier than ever to find or sell rare coins. Auction platforms like eBay have seen 1967 pennies listed for extraordinary prices, and some of them have actually sold. Stories continue to surface of lucky individuals who discovered a rare penny in a deceased relative's collection or an old piggy bank, only to find out later that the coin was worth more than their car. Don't ignore those old coins lying around. One of them could change your financial destiny. Imagine being the person who finds one of these rare 1967 Elizabeth II pennies in perfect mint state. You list it online, collectors start bidding, and suddenly, your humble coin fetches hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It's not a fantasy. It's happening right now to those lucky enough to recognize what they have. You could go from pocket change to a luxury holiday or a down payment on a house, all thanks to one tiny bronze coin. So before you brush aside your old pennies or toss them into a jar, take a moment to really look. That 1967 penny might seem ordinary, but it could be your key to a life-changing discovery. These coins are hiding in plain sight, and their value is rising every single day. In the world of numismatics, fortunes are made not just by what you know, but by what you're willing to look for. Keep your eyes open, your coin collection close, and who knows, your next penny might just make you rich overnight.